Okay, so today let's make a leaf brush. We're going to start by going over to my web browser. I'm on pixabay.com. You can see that right up here. And we're going to go to LEAF. We're going to look up leaf. That looks like newsprint to me, which was what I was looking for before. Pixabay does this sometimes. There we go. We got leaves. These up here at the top are sponsored by iStock. I don't want to pay, and Pixabay is free, so let's just page on down here and see what we can see. No, too dark. Page 2. Now, those water drops would make too much of a difficulty. Well, there's a possibility right there. Oh, I like this one. All right. All except for this right here, I think I could make a pretty darn good leaf out of this, a leaf brush. So I'm going to do free download. I'm a member, so I don't have to wait or anything like that. We're going to tell it to download. And up here at the top, you can see it right there. And now we're going to go back to PROcreate, add, insert a file. I'm on downloads on my iPad. If you're not, for instance, I'm usually here on Dropbox, just keep tapping browse until you get to here and choose downloads. There we are, leaves. That's the one I just did. And here it is. And I want this nice leaf here, but I don't really want the frost. So what we're going to do is use the S-shaped ribbon. And I'm going to do a freehand selection in order to get this leaf. So let's speed this up and see what we can come up with. All right, now that I have the leaf selected, what I'm going to do is right here in the middle at the bottom, underneath the word freehand, I'm going to select copy and paste. And what this allows me to do is to have a copy of the leaf and still have the original picture available should I want it. And now I want to try to get rid of this right here. This part right here just isn't what I want. So let's start with the eraser. There we go. That kind of smooths that out a bit. And then I'm going to use the clone tool to get rid of this part right here. So we're going to choose the magic wand. That's the adjustments menu. And the clone tool is all the way at the bottom. You tap on that. And then you use your finger to move this circle to where you want to copy from. And then you can use your stylus to just start drawing that in. And see, I'm making sure to copy that line as well as the rest of it. And now I'm going to lift up on my stylus. And you notice that the circle stays the same place. And that's where we're going to start cloning from. All right. That should be nice. I'm going to move my circle with my finger over to here. And I don't know, let's move it here to the edge. That way I can copy the edge over here. See, that looks nice. There's still this stem though, so I'm going to go over here to my eraser. And I want to kind of thin that down a little bit. And maybe cut it off right about here. You can leave the whole thing if you want. Okay. And here we have our nice, great big leaf. Let's see, it looks a little bulgy over here. Too bulgy for my taste. I like that better. And now what I'm going to do is use the transform tool. That's the arrow up here at the top. You just tap on this arrow right here. I'm going to tap on snapping, make sure that magnetics is off. If it's on, turn it off. And that way, whenever I do fit to canvas, this is going to go the whole thing. I'm going to move it down here. Apparently there's something there that I missed. Unselect, reselect the transform, fit to canvas. And that's pretty darn good. We've got this lovely leaf here that we are now going to turn into a brush. To do that, we go up here. This magic wand is the adjustments tool, remember. And the very first selection is hue, saturation, and brightness. And we're going to desaturate the entire thing. See how it all becomes different colors of gray? Tap on the little wand again. And because what I'm seeing as dark gray and medium gray is what I want to print off whenever I tap on this brush, I'm going to invert this. So we go up here, tap on from selection, and invert is the fourth one from the bottom. And then to make that real easy to see, we do this. I'm just making the background black. That way we can see what it is that we're going to be copying. It is important to remember that when making brushes, pure white is going to be a solid color, and grays and blacks are going to be various transparencies. So let us copy this. That's third from the top when you tap on the from selection. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to click on the plus sign. Let's go up here, and I am going to click on this plus sign right here to start a new brush. Let's go down to shape. We'll do edit right here in the middle. And then we'll do import, which is up here at the top. For some people, the import is somewhere over here. Since I upgraded last, it's right here. And I'm going to do paste, which is down at the bottom. Then I tap outside of that, and that shows what this brush looks like. And we give it a done. And see how all smudgy this is here? We go to the stroke path, and we're going to increase the spacing. And we're going to give it a little bit of jitter. Let's see. Go to Apple Pencil. I want to turn the opacity all the way to none. That looks nice. And let's see, under shape, we can set rotation so that it'll be a randomized rotation. And we'll scatter it a bit. Let's click on done. We're going to change the background color here back to white. And then we're going to try using this brush. Try making it bigger. Okay, that's not big enough for me. So we're going to go into the untitled brush here. Go to properties. Let's increase that maximum size. Yeah, somewhere around 600 or so should be all right. Let's click on done. Oh yeah, that looks very nice. Now, here's the problem with this kind of a brush. If I tap again, you can see where they overlap. You can see the bottom leaf through the top leaf. Maybe I need to change that scatter a little bit. No, the scatter's okay. Let's change that jitter. And then we'll click done. Yeah, now it's right there where I'm at. So it's a random rotation, and one on top of the other eventually gets to black, but we don't want that. Here's how you can use this to make a nice, decent picture. I'm going to reduce the size. And there's a picture of a leaf. I'm going to go up a layer. And there's a picture of a leaf. Go up another layer, change the size a little bit. And there's our top leaf. So now, what I want to do is create new layers in between each one of these. And we're going to start here with layer 3. And we're going to make that our reference. Go down to layer 6. Go up to our color, and let's choose a brown color. Brown is in the oranges. Yellow, orange, dark yellow, orange. Yellow, orange is not good. Let's go more towards the orange. There we go. Now it says brown and dark brown. I want a nice medium brown. That looks good. And now I'm going to go to our selection ribbon. That's the S ribbon right here. I'm going to tap outside. Oops, let's go to automatic and tap outside. And you can see that that kind of selects this. There's a little bit of white around the edges of our selection. We can increase that a little bit if we want, but not too much, because you will notice In areas like this, too much will actually get you right on inside there, and we don't want that. So we do that. And then invert is the third one on the bottom right here. We're going to tap on invert. We're going to go up to our layers, tap on layer 6. Fourth one down from the top is fill layer. We're going to choose that. And there we go. Let's do the same thing on layer 4. We're going to make this one our reference. That's third from the bottom. Go to layer 7, S ribbon, tap, invert, go back to the layer, tap and fill. And you'll notice already that this one looks like it is on top of the bottom one there, and it is not transparent. So let's do the same thing here with layer 5. We make it a reference, go to layer 8, S ribbon, select, invert, tap, and fill. And that gives us these 3 leaves. However, you can see that there's a little place up there that just didn't quite make it, and a little place there that didn't quite make it. So what we're going to do is turn off layer 5, turn off layer 4, go down here to layer 6, and using our technical pen, I'm just going to fill in right here manually. And you can see how this gives it all of the texture against our brown color. Alright, so now let's turn these 2 off, turn these 2 on. I want to do the same thing. Helps if you're on the right layer. And I'm just manually filling this in. There we go. Turn these off, turn these on. Fill in our extra color here. And there we are. We got our 3 leaves with 3 different textures. And we want to kind of vary these a little bit. So I'm going to group these together. Makes it a little easier to use. I'm going to add a layer above layer 6 here. And we're going to use clipping mask. Let's turn off these other 2 layers. Let's go for kind of a reddish orange color. And we're going to go down to airbrushing. Let's use the soft brush. And just start giving this a little bit more fall color. See, now that brown up against the red looks a little bit more green, doesn't it? So let's see, fall colors are red, orange, and yellow. We'll give it some orange here. And then we'll give it some yellow. And then I want to use my little magic wand up here. And 5th one down, that's the first one in the second group, is Gaussian blur. And I'm just going to slide this over until they kind of blur together a little bit. I don't want to go too far. I just want to soften these transitions. And I like the way that looks. So it looks like 10% for that one. And now what I want to do is turn on the next group. And here on layer 7, we're going to add one. And we're just going to do the exact same thing we did with the other one. We do clipping mask, and I'm going to zip through here and the next one. And now I'm going to add cast shadows to these and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to do is tap on the group and say flatten, flatten, and flatten. Then if we duplicate each of these and turn on alpha lock on the second one of each, let's choose a medium darkish gray and fill. And then we turn off alpha lock. I'm going to give these a Gaussian blur of 5%. Looks like I got to do them individually. And now I'm going to select them. And I want to tap until there's no gray showing at the top left over here. However, since I'm going to be putting these on a surface, anything that is not touching a leaf is going to have the shadow move a little bit more down towards the right. So we're going to go to liquefy. I've got my push. Size is set to 31. Pressure is maximum. It's got a 41% momentum. And I'm just going to push this over a little bit. Let's go to this layer. I'm just giving this a little bit of extra distortion here and there. But we definitely need to move this like that. And this one we don't have to do anything with because it's just right there. Now we're going to change this to multiply, multiply, and multiply. And our gray turns into a shadow. Let's get it onto a surface. Oh, let's see. Let's go with a dark brown. Fill that. Go up one. Let's go with an even darker brown. And go down to textures. There's the wood texture. I'm going to paint this on. And then I use my transform tool up here. That's the arrow, remember. We're going to go to distort. And we're going to move these corners out. I'm going to move this corner out this way. And this corner out this way. And you see how that makes it look like it's in a 3D perspective. Now let's go to uniform. Make this bigger. Move it up. Make this bigger. And there we go. We got a 3D perspective on 3 leaves. And the only thing left to do and there we go. Anyway, I hope this helped you out. And I do hope you have a wonderful day.